out on Broadway in 1965, and it came alive again in the 60s and 70s, first in theaters and then in living rooms across the country. I'm talking about The Odd Couple, and this week is your last chance to see it over at the Wiley Theater, courtesy of the Dallas Theater Center. With me this morning are two of the show's stars, J. Anthony Crane, he likes to be called Tony, and Michael Mastro are also joining me. Oscar and Felix. God, yes. This is great, guys. And we were chatting a little bit before about the history of the show and your personal connections, but you play Oscar, Tony.
That's right.
And you play Felix. So talk about your characters and how these roles came to be for you.
Well, they're sort of like American stock characters now. They've become, well, this is one of the great playwrights and one of the great plays of American theater, and these are two of the great characters, and so we're sort of lucky enough to sort of fit into those roles. They're meant to be opposites. It's been perfectly set up as the perfect scenario for, out of which comedy grows.
You've got the the stereotypical slob and neatnik. But what's great about this play is that it's not, and I think a lot of people remember that from the television show starring Tony Randall and Jack Klugman.
Right.
But what's great about this play is the humor that is inspired by that situation also has a great underpinning, because the play is about two men who are dealing with the fact that their marriages have fallen apart. So the comedy is rooted in something very, very real.
They end up sort of changing each other, helping them each other through these difficult periods.
Yeah, dealing with real life issues that
comedy ensues.
Comedy ensues, and obviously these are iconic characters, like you said, and they're like stock characters. So, is there any room and wiggle room to insert your own identity into this character? You're an actor; you must have one. Talk about your own personalities, and if that kind of bleeds into what you do, can you have some fun with it and get cute with the character?
You want to talk first? Oscar? No.
It's cool. There's been plenty of wiggle room. The director was very open in letting us bring whatever we wanted into it, and I think if you just do the lines, you don't have to say I'm going to be a slob. You just do the lines. These are the priorities of the character, and you just work from there. And you just have to imagine yourself in that position. I'd never imagine myself as the slob. It takes a lot for me to leave something.
But you worked out.
All right,
you're doing very well.
Yes,
I've been to his apartment lately.
It's getting messier and messier as the days go on.
He's absorbing himself into
and the play is so beautifully written that if you just, as our director Kevin Moriarty sort of encouraged us, look for yourselves in the character, and that wasn't too hard for me. I'm playing Felix, who tends to be the neat Nick, if you will, and I have a lot of OCD tendencies, and they're getting full play in this.
He's just turning up the volume.
I'm enjoying that, enjoying cleaning, enjoying cooking, enjoying managing everybody.
Oh, that's really good. So you're not going to get over these complications in your life. It's just breeding them.
No, I'm allowing them full reign. I'm already taking what's in there and just allowing it full expression.
Nothing is being worked.
It's a little scary, actually.
I want to take a look at the history of these two characters. In the 1968 film, Felix and Oscar were played by Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau, and then the TV series started in 1970, and Oscar and Felix were played by, as you mentioned, Tony Randall and Jack Klugman. And Michael, you have some history there. You actually worked with Jack and Tony.
But I would just like to say what might also be interesting to everybody is in the original Broadway production, it was Walter Matthau and Art Carney. From the Honeymooners, and that was a big deal.
Yeah.
That was a big deal too. Art Carney played Felix. But yes, I'm very blessed in my career to have worked with both Tony Randall and Jack Klugman, who did the roles of Felix and Oscar on television. Tony had a theater company that did plays on Broadway called the National Actors Theater. I did a play for them, Judgment at Nuremberg. And I worked with Jack Klugman in another Neil Simon play at a regional theater, play called The Sunshine Boys. And they were both amazing men, and they were on TV a lot, but they were amazing men of the theater.
Yeah, and Tony Randall I've worked with before. He was very involved with the New York USO. He had a passion
I can see that,
for our men and women, so I got to work with him briefly on those projects. So,
did you work with the USO?
An ambassador.
I worked with the USO.
All right.
Yeah. Are you interviewing me now?
Wow. No, but I'm just asking. That's so great. That's great.
Yeah, totally. Let's talk about the show itself. I'm sure you guys have done many different roles in the theater. Is there any improvisation in this show? I know you said that you're allowed to. Are there any things that maybe moments?
Not on purpose.
Not on purpose.
I wish okay, so like mistakes. Mistakes could be a great moment for improv.
Here's the thing. It's really one of the first times when you do a comedy where you absolutely trust that the dialogue is funnier than anything you could ever come up with.
Because sometimes I bet the audience it's like crickets, and you're like, that was so funny, and do they not get it?
Yeah, I just turn to them and go, really? I mean, that's.
But I have to say that's only ever because they haven't heard a word. Or are you ready for this? If somebody coughs, if one person in the audience coughs on a laugh line, no laugh.
No laugh
Kills it.
because it
Science.
kills
It happened just
It's
the other
science.
night. Yeah, but no, I mean, usually there's such riotous laughter.
Keep quiet, everyone.
Bring your
You
cough
come in,
drops with you because
do
you're
all your
right.
But it
coughing
happens, there's-
outside of the theater, please.
There's so many lines in this play. We have so many lines. It took weeks and weeks and weeks to learn these lines. And every now and then, if we're tired, a word changes or we get thrown, and then I see it in his eye that he doesn't. Not sure what the next word, or he sees it in my eye, and so then we'll have to make up a little line to help the other person remember what.
Can you save each other? Can you recover?
We've
Are you good
tried,
at that?
but
It's not
sometimes I
easy.
just like to let him flail.
It's not easy. I swear. No. Somebody would go all the way back and start again. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, we always want to turn to them and, please, if you don't mind, we'd like to start again. Let's take this back. Just erase that from your memory.
Right.
No, but it's been pretty good. It's been pretty good. We've dropped a little here and there. There's been a little mistake, and then we fixed it, so we're good.
And
The
you
thing
guys
is,
are
about comedy,
funny.
they love that, though.
You're
They
funny.
love that.
And they let you peel back the curtain a little bit, and you're showing your vulnerability and your fun.
You
And
have
it's a
to.
real moment.
You
I tell
have to. It's not funny
You
otherwise.
always want to let. Please, just let. If you know you're making a mistake,
Yeah.
let them know.
Let them
just
know.
let them in. They love it. We love the theater.
What was that thing?
That's what
that
they're
happened
paying
there?
for.
You guys
Yes.
are funny. You guys are really funny. You're not even on stage and you're funny. You're funny on the GMT. Guys, thanks so much.
It's a funny
Thank you.
stage.
Have
I'm good in the room.
We look forward to seeing you there.
You can catch Dallas Theater Center. Go ahead. Do you have something else?
No,
you
we
need to
do.
say?
No, just we got one more week. Where are you?
Say good morning, Texas, to the nice
It's your
people.
last day.
Good morning,
Ask Liz,
Texas.
last 8 days to
Wiley,
come, please.
Wiley Theater through April 14. Ticket information on this website, DallasTheaterCenter.org. You guys are great.
Come, I'll clean you.
You're odd. What? Up next, it's time.